Welcome, everybody, to Curve Brim After Dark. Look who I have with me today. Anna and Paul, look at you guys. You guys are pretty.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm good, Anna. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I missed long playoff droughts, so I had to switch my fandom from Philadelphia to Detroit.
Oh, my. Oh, we got to check your mental state. You got to check your mental state. Oh my God, that's funny. Well, obviously, you guys know my name is Ed of the Dad Hat Chronicles, and I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves. Who are you, gentlemen?
I am Eric Profit from the Earn Fun Average podcast.
And I'm Mike Sellers from the Up to Chat podcast.
Whoa, look at us. Look at us. Hi, Patrick Larson. Look, he's already saying, what a lineup.
Hello, Patrick. Hello, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hey, everyone.
So I gotta say that, of course, I want to wish, while on the show, it is Anna's birthday. That's why she's not here. So happy birthday, Anna.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday,
I turned 28 today.
And then, of course, Paul is out of town. He is in my old hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, for work, and I'm not there. No,
Nope. No baseball though.
no baseball. He is
right.
he is across the street from the Quicken Loans Arena, which his Philadelphia 76ers are playing my Cleveland Cavaliers. So
There we go.
there you go. There's that. So but yeah, so again, happy birthday, Anna. You look great for 28, let me tell you.
Thank you.
Although you do look much different than you did last week.
You do. You most certainly do. You most certainly do.
That's what birthdays do to you.
That's the 1 year older, right? And just all of a sudden, this is what happens. You grow a beard. Anna's gonna watch this. She's gonna be like, "What the hell is going on?"
She's like, "Do not ever invite those guys back again."
She should be used to it by now.
Yeah, she should. Absolutely dealing with us, especially Patrick, right? Who just the meanest dude there is out there.
That's
so.
right.
The bad boy of Curved Brim Media.
Right, the bad boy of Curved Brim Media. All right. So, first of all, I want to thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you guys coming in on short notice. I appreciate that. Zach, it's cold as yes, it is. You're missing.
Yes.
Nope.
I agree.
Not
He's
missing that. Nope. I actually told my wife earlier, I said, "Hey, honey, we could be in Cleveland." She goes like, "Nope." So, that Patrick is such a jerk. Look at him. Hi, Donnie.
Hello, Donnie.
All right, so let's get this show started. Obviously, a whole lot of absolutely nothing going on in baseball right now. You know how this goes. Look at our boy Joe. They don't have Wi-Fi in Ohio. Paul's absence is unexcused. I'm with
he's
you.
putting his regular life priorities ahead of this.
How dare he put work ahead of us? I'm just,
Right.
I did that a couple weeks ago. So sorry.
We're splitting his Curve Brim After Dark pay.
Yeah.
Mike and I are splitting that.
Yes.
Since he missed this
Absolutely.
week.
We're going to buy many ice cream helmets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Bunch of mini helmets. And then here we go. All right, we're speaking of, I still haven't sent your helmet back, Eric. I still haven't.
I'm waiting.
Dude, it's still there. I'm sorry, man. The other day I looked at the box and I'm like, fudge. It's still here.
You can send me another hat.
Yeah. You want to see the hat that I was supposed to send you?
Yeah.
Well, that I sent you and then you sent back.
Yeah, so I'll expect that again.
I'll put it back in the box for you.
Let's get some mileage.
Exactly. Anyways, so let's talk about what's been going on in baseball. I asked you, both of you, earlier this week if you guys were to wanted to talk about something, and Eric, you put a question up. So what was that question, my friend? Tell me.
That is a good question. What was that question?
We are talking about the new rules for next year.
Oh, yes, definitely. So my question was, with the new rule starting next year, are there any pitchers that you guys think will struggle with the pitch clock? So that's the first question. The second question is, are there any struggling hitters that you think will love that the shift is now kind of being banned? I mean, they do it in the minor leagues now where the shortstop is basically right behind second, but they have to be on the shortstop side of second. So it's just slightly shifted. So, I mean, they're still kind of shifting, but are there any pitchers you think of that are going to struggle with the pitch clock, and any hitters you think that will love that the shift is semi-banned now?
Joey Gallo.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but Joey Gallo, like, he as soon as he left New York, he started doing better.
Yeah, it's crazy how a lot of people are good before they get to New York, then they struggle, then they do good again once they leave.
Yeah, true. Dave, I like this one. Carlos Santana, his career renaissance, and now with the Pittsburgh Pirates, by the way. He signed with the Pirates. So, yeah, that could be a good one. I mean, there's a lot of DH players who play DH who are going to be able to love it now. He used to be with us. Dave, remind me, he used to be with us, but they sent him to the Cubs. Oh my God, I cannot remember his name.
What position?
DH. That's all he could do. He was so big. Joey Gallo will be the hitter the Rangers hoped he would be.
Yeah.
Franmil Reyes. Thank you, Dave. Yep. Franmil Reyes will love that. Yep. The fact that he's no longer going to be able to hit into the shift.
Speaking of him, I saw him play for 3 different teams this year in person.
Cleveland, Chicago,
and Columbus.
Yeah,
yep.
I was gonna say doing doing
minors.
Yep. If Albert Pujols was still playing, he'd be over the moon with the shift. You're right, Lynn. You're all right. Correct about that one. Too bad he's got your boy Miggy.
Yeah, no, he can hit it all over though. He doesn't. They can shift all they want, and he'll just hit it the other way.
Yeah, but he can't run.
Well, that's true. That's probably why he announced this year's his last year.
Right. That's true. That's very true. Yeah. That dude can't run for anything. I love that guy, but
and unfortunately, most of his power is gone too. He just got to do those bloop singles like an old recreational softball player veteran would do.
True. What do you think? What pitcher would benefit from this? Well, actually, would not benefit because there's a pitch clock.
Garrett Cole.
I don't think he's going to benefit from anything at this point.
I feel like it's got to be those guys that have like those long routines, like a Mike Clevenger that dances for like 10 seconds.
The words right out of my mouth. Clevenger now with the White Sox.
Yeah, he's going to all 3 of our division rivals.
Right. He's played in every single team. Yeah, I think he would not benefit from this. I think he's going to be mad that he can't do any other shimmy or any of that stuff anymore. So
who's the Astros have a starting pitcher that does that a little bit too. Who is that? Is that Valdez or
Garcia? He rocks.
Yeah,
he kind of does that rocking motion, kind of back and forth.
Yeah, not quite the same way as Clevenger, but still a long-winded.
Kimbrel, that's a good one, Shane.
That is a good one. I do not get how him sticking his arm out like that is comfortable.
Ever.
Yeah.
This is the strangest Hallmark movie I've ever seen. Oh my God.
It's our holiday special.
Yeah. Cortez, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Right? Now that, because he does all this crazy things, and then it's like, you got to hurry now. You got to, boom, 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 be done.
Yeah.
I don't know if Cueto's still pitching, but he has crazy windups too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just kind of curious at how much pitch. Now, obviously, there's some that pitch pretty quickly. The quickest, I know he's not in the majors yet, but Mike, you saw him this year down in Frisco. Jack Leiter, he's the quickest pitcher I've ever seen. He pitched here a couple of times in Wichita. And obviously in the minors, they have pitch clocks, but he didn't need like 5 seconds. And I was like, this guy gets a ball and he's right back. Yeah, that's right. Luis Garcia. I think that's who we were thinking of.
Both guys like, go back and forth.
Right.
So yeah, obviously there's going to be some pitchers that are fine with it, but I was just trying to think of who might struggle with that pitch clock.
Although I'm wondering now, does the pitch clock stop once they start their motion? And if that's the case, will that be considered the start of their motion?
I mean, yeah, technically it's the wind up. So I think as soon as they get in the wind up, then technically, yeah, I would think it'd probably stop then.
If he's still allowed to be playing, Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another one that would struggle.
I haven't heard any updates about what's going on with him for quite a while.
That's because no one wants him.
Yeah.
No one wants him on his team. Dodgers are paying him to go away.
Yeah, right. Not only paying him, but paying him what, $40 million a year.
They're like, we don't care. Just go.
Right.
Just go. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here. I want to see if there's any other pitchers I'm thinking about right now. It's a good number of pitchers, but Garrett Cole is the one that stick to mind, that comes to mind when I think of that.
What about, I don't know how fast he is pitching, but just kind of the veterans like Verlander that are so used to no pitch clocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could throw him off just because of being such veterans. But like you mentioned, but I do think him and like Scherzer have pretty quick releases in general. But you're right, just being so used to
the fact that it's like there, they know that it is right there. Like I think would it affect them early on in the year, right?
Yeah.
To like mentally, not obviously, yes, like you said, they have quick windups and set up and everything, so they don't have an issue with that. But the issue with it would be mentally, it's like they know it's there, and then maybe they hurry up a little bit more, and then messes the whole setup up for them.
Yeah, because those young guys won't be as used to. They're already used to playing in the minors more recently, where there's some of these limitations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Verlander or Scherzer having three ball count on a pitcher and then misses the pitch clock and then as automatic ball 4? How crazy they'll go on the ump.
Oh, they'll lose their mind.
First time they have the automatic ball 4.
I can't wait for this. This is going to be great.
Especially if it's like a big game or a big moment of the game.
I want so who would be the first pitcher you think is going to get kicked out of a ball game because of that?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It has to be a hothead, right?
Yeah, so, that's what I'm trying to think. Who's
again? If Bauer was pitching,
right,
he would be the guy.
No doubt.
That's like just reinstate him so we can see this.
Right?
Just so we can see this happen.
And then he'd turn around and launch the baseball over the outfield wall.
Yeah, my son and I were watching that game, and he still loves that. Because all of a sudden his center fielder just turns around. He's like, "What was that?" As he launches it, because that was in Kansas City.
Right.
He just turned around and launched it over the center field fence.
Well, I like how, I don't remember if it's the second baseman or the shortstop, but one of those guys, as soon as he does it, they duck in a hurry because it looks like he's just throwing it right at them, I'm sure, from their point of view.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. No, my God, you just went back there, Patrick, on that one, man. Might as well just say Oral Hershiser on top of that.
Right. Imagine Nolan Ryan.
Dude, or even Mike Hargrove at the when because he was the human rain delay, right? He was that when he was batting, all he had to do, like, he purposely took his time at the batting. So imagine if they're gonna start also clocking that.
Yeah, true. Because they're just gonna come up with more and more things for speeding up the game.
Well, that's a good question, Zach. You think a pitcher would let the clock run out several times to reduce their number of pitches, allowing for a short rest? If that's the case, just say you walk the guy.
Yeah, as I say, I don't think there's that many enough times where they would intentionally be throwing a ball anyway.
Right, because they don't even do the 4 pitches anyways now, right? So just like, hey, no, we're out.
Yeah.
Good thing Nomar's long retired. It's true. Luis, he had an odd way to get into set position. Yes, it's true story, Lynn. True story. What other changes you think would be a good one that's gonna mess with people? I'm trying to look for the changes. Nobody has really talked about this one. The bases.
I was getting ready to say that the bigger base sizes
for stealing the bases and stuff.
Right. So it's going to be more of an offensive game now.
Yeah, more stolen bases, and which a lot of the stolen bases have died in general lately, because it wasn't that long ago when at least Billy Hamilton and D. Gordon were getting 50, 60 stolen bases. Now what the leader gets like maybe 30.
Right. I think Cleveland, in my opinion, is going to benefit from this. because they were they're a small ball team, and this year they did that. They played that way throughout the whole year, right? They played the small ball and all that. So I think that's one team that's going to take advantage of the fact that the bases are bigger.
Yeah. So if you think about it, like how many of those stolen base attempts are just a matter of inches, and this is going to add like 3-4 inches to each base or something? Is it that much?
Right. Think about the running into first base now as well.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. It's going to add offense, which inevitably will slow down the game. Ironically.
You're hilarious. You think OSHA will ban it, bigger bases, as a trip hazard? That's good. Kyle Schwarber will be a regular Ricky Henderson next season.
That I want to see.
I cannot wait to see those. Those are going to be great. Love it.
I just can't wait to see baseball again. There was a few days ago when it hit me already for the first time about, man, I'm just ready to be back at ballparks already.
Amen. So let me ask you this then. And I'm going to ask this later next week to Paul and Anna, but give me your thoughts on how your year went, for baseball, right? Like, I mean, for me, this was a great year, but I want to hear, like, how was it for you guys individually?
I thought it was awesome. I feel like I went on more quantity of road trips than I normally do, even though the overall ballparks I saw was probably about the same as normal. But I went to the Southwest, I went down to Florida, went up to New York, went to Michigan. And on top of that, I actually got to meet a lot of you guys in person too for the first time, which made it a lot better. So it was one of, if not the best year for me and for my road trips.
Hey, don't forget your podcast.
And the podcast. Even got some press credentials for the first time. You're right.
Uh-oh.
Going big time.
Yeah, check out Mike's podcast today where he talks about those stadiums he visited this year.
It's on my list. I can't talk.
I no spoilers.
What about you, Eric?
So for me, obviously, it was the biggest baseball year that I've ever had. I went to 100 different games this year. Wow. And started out, so I had my Hawaii Warriors hat on. So I started in February and went to Hawaii, where it was warm and 75 or 80, where it was snowing here in Wichita.
Perfect.
So I started in Hawaii and then went out to the east, went to Vegas, finished up in Vegas. So I was pretty much all over the map. So it was a lot of fun. And just like Mike said, I've met a ton of guests that are followers that are on here, met a lot in person. And now it's super expensive doing that. So I think I'll get to hit 100 games next season, but we still have some different road trips planned and everything. So it was a ton of fun. I hadn't really done a lot of ballpark traveling to see different ballparks and everything. So this year was like the biggest year I've ever done any of that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good year.
The different parts of the country as well. So, because I haven't ever been out to the Carolinas prior to this year either, Georgia, something like that. So
I love it. Yeah, same here, man. Same here. Let me see. Of course, thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. You're so mean. What a jerk.
He's always bringing everybody down.
Oh God. Yeah. You know what? It really was a good year. It was busy, but it was a good kind of busy, right? Like, like you had the podcast, each of us started a podcast and started interviewing people and meeting cool people, press credentials, that was cool, right? Like, I mean, a lot of people were like, oh, okay. It was like, no, that's actually pretty cool, right? Like, I mean,
it is. You walk around with that lanyard, makes you feel good.
Mine are still hanging. I have them all still. I'm keeping them all.
Yeah, mine's right up here too.
Exactly. I've bought a lot of hats. Way too many, as my wife would like to say. So I mean, people like, for example, like Donnie. You know what I mean? Cool dude, another mean guy. I hear he's on a podcast this week too.
Some average one, I think.
Yeah, some average podcast. I can't remember which one it was. So Shane didn't get to travel all this year. Hopefully next year go to see some good games working at ballpark though. I get it, Shane. Here the Carolinas is really nice for a lot of baseball during the summer, and just wanted to put that out there. Patrick, I heard the same. Donnie, that was an incredible guess. Can't remember that. That average podcast.
Right.
Getting into the whole MILB Twitter community was great. It absolutely was.
Yeah,
Met a lot of cool people that
100%.
way, Shane. So that was cool. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. I want to anybody. You know what? I'm going to open it up to everybody. Any questions? I want to see what you guys. Any questions you want to ask these two yahoos right here, since we have them on.
Take
I want
advantage
you
of it
guys
while
to,
you can.
take advantage of it. Ask them, because then they're gonna get their questions in their podcast, and they're not gonna do it live.
Right.
So I want to hear it now, live.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll edit it.
Ed, I was in North Carolina this summer, and somehow I did not find you.
Yeah, we were like this. We went like this. So we gotta go. We gotta do
Next
it.
year.
I'm going next year. Actually, I told you I have a plan to go to Wichita. So
Make sure it's not one of the weeks I'm traveling on my own, though. Make sure I'm
Right.
actually here. You would come here and I'm not here.
Right. All of a sudden, wee. Lynn, sell 50, lost count, including my first MLB home opener and first game at a Fenway. So games at 11 states. Man, Lynn, you were
Jeez,
all
man.
over the place.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
She was, yeah, I know. She seemed like, especially at least near the end of the season, she was at a game almost every day. It felt like.
Yeah. Yep. Home openers. There's something about home openers that are it's just so awesome.
Yeah.
I've not been to an MLB home opener yet. I need to do that.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I've been to a few. I've been lucky enough that I've been to a few in Cleveland. Freezing.
Yeah.
Obviously in Cleveland, in April, right? What could go wrong?
Right.
In Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Patrick. Again, so mean.
Mhm.
Met Kelly and Christina, Donnie, and Baseball Mapper guys. Yes, you did.
Nice.
Yeah, I met Kelly and Christina in Ohio before I moved. Went to a the Crushers, Lake Erie Crushers game. So that's a
Wow.
nice one.
Donnie and Lynn are friends.
Yeah, they are. 3 different levels of fireflies, blowfish, and cubs. That's right. These guys, man, look at them. Lynn has just been visiting. Like Lynn, I know you have your whole map covered, Lynn. So just might as well just start a brand new map and then go from there.
Yeah.
What you should do is start with low A and then move your way up at this point. See how that goes.
When are y'all going to decide where the Curved Brim media meetup is
Actually,
gonna be?
we're going to be meeting either in the next couple of weeks to talk about that.
Nice. Yeah, I say you should go somewhere and drive in a drivable distance of Cincinnati. That's my own personal opinion.
Oh yeah,
Personal
is
bias.
that so?
Yeah.
Look at Johnny Bolin, his brother Joe Prophet.
Yeah, he didn't include that when we were talking on one of our episodes that his highlight of the year was not meeting Mr. Prophet, but so now he has to atone for that and says that every chance he gets.
He's making up. You can tell that's a desperate comment right there. I met all 3. Yes, look at that. Look at Patrick again.
Hoping to have Johnny come to Wichita, looking at the possible end of April, beginning of May. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Shane ran into 51 Stubbs. Yeah, great guy. Joe Prophet. Nah, Johnny doesn't mean that. Uh-oh. I hear someone's in trouble.
It was always fun when you see on social media 2 people from the community meeting up at a game, especially if you didn't know it was happening in advance and you just happened to see the pictures there.
Oh, look at this. Come to Iowa, Field of Dreams. I'll buy a round of Textile Brewing. I'm waiting. I'm probably not going to do it next year, Lynn. I'm going to wait until they come back to Field of Dreams again. I mean, they are doing a lot of work there. But I definitely want to go there. Definitely want to go there.
Yeah. I was just talking to a friend of mine today that told me he was at that game this year. And I was like, how'd you even get tickets for that? I was pretty jealous.
The minor league one was a whole lot better than the major league one.
Oh, I would have loved to go to that one. Yeah.
I have a question for both of you.
Yeah, what's up?
Did either of you get a chance to listen to Anna's podcast last week?
Which one was that one?
So the guy traveled to see basically every ballpark within 30 days.
Dude. Yes.
Could anybody do? Because just trying to plan that, because I love planning trips. It takes a lot just to plan a week's trip. Could you imagine
Right.
trying to plan like an entire month to see every single? Or he couldn't do Toronto, I believe, but
Yeah, because of the
I
COVID.
can't imagine.
But I mean, and even to think about like all that driving that you're doing, you only took a couple of planes.
flights, yeah.
That's insane, man.
Yeah, I love listening to his story, and I could see myself trying to plan something like that, but just try to pull it off and the
I think
cost.
yeah. Didn't he say that he planned like 86 different routes?
Yeah, that is so insane. Yes.
I can't believe there was even a schedule that worked for that many games in such a short span.
Right. There are two guys who did that and drove the whole thing, wrote a book, but I can't remember the name. And he still pull off Toronto as the home team in Anaheim. That is true.
Yeah.
Yep. Double header. They split that game. That was pretty
Nice.
cool.
That's funny.
Now, would you count during that year? Do you count either, Florida or Buffalo as during that time period? Do you put it with an asterisk as, hey, I visited them in their home, home stadium?
I don't think I would count that as an MLB park. However, I would if there was a situation like when the Nationals moved to Washington and RFK Stadium was officially their home park temporarily for like multiple seasons or even a single season. I'd have counted that.
What about when they were playing in Puerto Rico?
See, that would be like Buffalo or Florida to me. I would not have counted that.
That is a minor league. That is considered a minor league ballpark.
Yeah,
it's true.
So
it's true.
it's tricky, but it does probably apply to the same debate we've had as far as like, what do you count as having visited a ballpark, period? Some people say you got to watch a whole game. Some people say you just have to see it from the outside. Some say you got to be in the ballpark. So I'm sure everybody has a different opinion on that part as well.
We should create a committee to come up with the official rules of what counts and doesn't count.
I like your thinking. Your thinking.
There you go. And then we'll put it out in the world. I'm counting Buffalo as a former MLB ballpark when I get out to the Bison's game. I like it. RFK Stadium was icky for baseball, so the Nets there.
See, I went to Buffalo this year, and I count that as the first quadruple A ballpark I've seen.
Quadruple A. Well, Cleveland used to play in that municipal stadium. It was a football stadium. I mean, that thing was just horrendous.
I feel like most of those cookie cutter stadiums probably were.
Yeah, well, I think that who was it that I talked about this on one of my episodes, that it was not meant to be. It was meant for the Olympics, right? They were trying to bid to have the Olympics come to Cleveland, and that never happened. But yeah, I think that, like I said, we should create a committee, and then we come up with the rules of what count and doesn't count, and then see how many haters will come at us. What do you guys think?
I agree.
There we go.
I agree. I think we got to make sure it's an odd amount of people. That way there's never any ties on their decisions.
I like it. See? Yeah. Just like what counts as a dad head or a trucker dad.
Right, exactly.
Things like that,
Yeah. Right.
The official, unofficial rules of what we think.
Right. Or even like what counts as too many hats or not too many hats. Maybe it's 1,000 hats is too many hats.
We're not going to go there. that one is going to be undefined.
Okay.
My wife would say, I already have too many.
You might want to wait until you find out who's on the committee, because maybe the committee will say 5,000 hats is too many.
True. That's true. Okay. Well, we can put that. We'll put that question on the list and then go from there.
Yeah. Just make sure Eric the Peanut Guy and Patrick Larson are on it.
All right. So here's what we'll do. Right. We will create a committee, but the committee will have to meet at the Curve Brim next year meetup.
Yes.
And then we'll have the official meeting there. Take pictures and everything. Have everybody have notepads and all that stuff. Yeah. We'll even have an official, note keeper as well.
And make sure in a couple of weeks in advance pass out an official agenda so we know what we're voting on.
Oh, absolutely. Here's some other things that we're going to be discussing and voting. Be prepared.
Exactly. I like it.
PowerPoint presentation, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Depends on how exciting the game is.
Right. We'll rent out a suite or something. The outfield park, and then we'll just have it there.
Yeah. Or we go to like a park like the Reds that has like two scoreboards, and we'll just let them use one of them during the game. We'll use the smaller one for our PowerPoint.
I like it. Live stream it as well. So, you know
exactly.
what? I don't even know why I'm not writing this, because this is a great idea.
Right? I think we're onto something here.
All right. I love it. I love it. So we're going to have to pick, it has to be an odd number of people that needs to be on the committee.
Exactly.
I think we'll get more done than the college playoff, football playoff.
Right?
That's easy right there.
Right? Should have been done a long time ago.
Right? Right?
Oh, I like this, guys. You guys, all right. What do you guys think of this idea? I want to know. Should we do this? Because I think this is a great idea. And then everybody's going to put on the comments. No, horrible.
Right?
What are you doing?
Nobody's asking Mike and I a question, so
I know, right? How dare they? Lynn, Shane,
Right?
Come on, Patrick.
Yeah.
I know you got questions.
I'm just offended.
Donnie,
You know
what
what?
questions you have?
Come on, Joe. I know you got some questions, Joe. Come on. Please embarrass your brother right here on live stream. This is great. This is the time you should do these things.
Hey, if you make it to Wichita next year, you'll probably get to meet him as well.
What? Shut the front door.
So you can meet both Prophet brothers.
What?
Well, we actually have another brother as well, so maybe you can meet all three of us.
Oh man. I don't know. I mean, he's kind of half out right now from what I understand. So the relationship is kind of on the rocks right now.
I'm just glad that I don't think any of my brothers are tuned in right now, because they would totally take advantage of that. Embarrass your brother on live stream right now.
It's okay. None of my family does that either, so we're good.
Yeah.
I know this is sound bad. This is gonna sound so bad. I've told my family, hey, you guys, you don't have a show. You guys should watch it. Well, oh, okay, we will.
That sounds like a direct quote from my family.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just trying to see if I can do a small 3 to 4 trip for my birthday in April. There we go. What defunct MLB stadium have you guys seen games, and what was your first MLB game? Let's go with that one first.
So my first MLB game that I actually remember, so supposedly I went to some Royals games when I was little, but the first one I actually remember when I was 10, my family took a Amtrak train from just north of Wichita all the way up to Chicago and got to see a Cubs game at Wrigley when I was 10.
Nice.
So that was the first MLB game that I remember. Defunct MLB stadiums, I mean, it's not that old, but I guess technically it's not used, was a ballpark in Arlington. Nice. Or Globe Life Field. Obviously that one's not used anymore. I like that one.
Isn't that being used for the XFL now?
Yeah, that and
MLS
rugby and yeah.
For me, that's also the only MLB stadium I've seen that's not still in use for MLB teams. And the first MLB game I went to was right before I turned 14. The Reds were hosting the defending World Series champion Florida Marlins, and the defending reigning World Series MVP Josh Beckett was pitching. And there was like a big deal sale on tickets and stuff. So, because it was the middle of the week game. So my dad and mom took me and a couple of my siblings there.
Nice. For me, it was the Cleveland Indians. When I moved here in 94, 95, for my first, time to a Major League Baseball game was was the Cleveland, when they were the Cleveland Indians at Progressive Field, the year that they opened and everything. Right.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. I just miss, them being in the municipal stadium. So, and I have not been to any defunct stadiums yet. So,
So your first game was not Progressive Field, then your first game was at Jacobs Field.
Correct. My first Jacobs Field. You are correct. You are correct. The name, yeah. And dude, I'm telling you, people still are pissed off about that. It will always be Jacobs Field. I'm like, okay, you need to get over it.
Right. Imagine how long it's going to take them to get over the Indians to Guardians name then.
Still going.
Right.
It's a funny thing. I was wearing a old T-shirt the other day, like to the store real quick, and it's just Cleveland Indians. And somebody goes like, "Oh yeah, you keep strong. You keep wearing that T-shirt. Never wearing it again." Here in North Carolina, I was like, "Nope, that's it."
It's funny what kind of people you can run into out in the public.
For real. I'm sorry, but I wasn't paying attention. Oh, see, there it is. There he is. Your brother saying wasn't paying attention. I was looking at season tickets for the Surge.
I thought there was no such thing as season tickets for the Surge anymore.
There's ticket packages,
memberships.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
you gotta
So
be
I
a
have a
member.
Grand Slam member package at
Mm.
whatever.
Fulton County saw Bob Horner and Dale Murphy with hit home runs. Look at that, Philip.
Thanks.
Hey, Mike, Eric, who was the biggest ice cream helmet collection between the two of you? Who has it? And what's your favorite ice cream helmet?
Ooh, that's a good question there. I don't have my own Instagram page based off of many ice cream helmets, so Eric might have me beat there, but I'm catching up. I've been on a roll here lately with some trades and some people being generous and donating some to me.
If you have to guess, how many?
Let's see. Are we counting duplicates or just unique, different helmets? Unique. Let's see. I've got probably about close 25 or 26 of the major leagues, and probably 40-ish of the minor leagues. So I'm going to say 70 about overall.
What's your favorite one?
Ooh,
it's like
let's see. I gotta look at it right now. I know, right? I'm gonna go and say that the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp is my favorite minor league logo. So I'm just gonna play it safe and say that's my favorite ice cream helmet as well.
Yeah, I got that one this season when I was out there. I wasn't sure if they'd have them, but I'm glad they did. Yeah, I really like that logo.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones.
I have that one. I love that one.
Nice.
So, Ed, how many ice cream helmets do you think
I only
you
got like 20 altogether. No, I just started this year with the ice cream helmet. I'm not allowed to do any more collections, guys. I can't.
Because I have an Instagram, I know how many I have, unique ones. So I have 176. It'll be 177 when the High Point Rockers show up my way. My favorite would be...
It's right here. It's right here. It's right here.
Mr. Caputo. You got that in July, I believe.
I did.
Mr. Caputo sent me the Wichita Wrangler, so that's my favorite. And then Mr. Lichtenberg actually created some custom ones for me, so he created a slightly different version of the Wrangler. So I have two Wranglers.
Oh, I want the Wranglers
logo.
So that's a cool one.
And then he also did the Hawaii Islanders for me, so I got that. That's one of my favorites as well. I wish they would still have minor league baseball in Hawaii, but yeah, I'd probably say the Wranglers. The two Wranglers I have is my favorite.
Very nice. That's a nice one.
The one I want the most that I don't have and would immediately step in as my favorite is anyone from the Nashville Sounds 2014 to 2018 era. That was the best logos. I need that one.
Yeah, you again. I'm still waiting for you to just go ahead and just finally bite the bullet and just move down to Nashville. I'm just
one of these days.
It's
probably gonna happen.
My podcast partner was in Nashville over Thanksgiving weekend
with a nice Guardians hat too.
Yep.
What a way to spend Thanksgiving. I love it.
Yeah, so you got moved there and then you could have ran into Johnny.
Right? Could have met Johnny, could have added to my awesome baseball year.
Donnie wants to know, how does the membership work?
Good question. If you find that out, let me know. So we've gone through like, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 different season ticket operators or whatever they're called. And so they can't keep a consistent one. But essentially what I've gathered is that they're coming out with an app where you get to manage and control your tickets. So obviously you'll be able to pull up your tickets and can scan them, which is normal. But then if, let's say I can't make it on a Tuesday, I can then exchange those supposedly pretty easily for maybe I want to go and bring a couple extra people on Friday. So I have my normal Friday tickets, plus I can exchange those. And so what they're doing, which I thought was pretty cool, is they're doing some like reward tiered system. So based off of actual ticket scanned by the ticket, scanner at the gate.
Yeah.
If you use 95% of your season tickets, you'll get a custom jersey.
Oh.
If you use 80%, you'll get to take batting practice in the team's batting cages down underneath the stadium. 70%, you get to do on-field on the field batting practice and stuff like that. So it's all based off of the percentage of tickets that you actually use during the season, but they're allowing you to exchange your tickets for games you can't make. So like if they're ever playing when I'm on Profit Palooza or whatever, I can then use those tickets for another week and bring, some extra people and have them come. So I'm still trying to learn a little bit about it, but
I like it though.
You get to choose different plans. Like the one I'm in is the Grand Slam plan, which is like I think 69 games this year is all the home games. Then they have like a 40 game plan, 20, maybe 10. So, I mean, it's still going to be similar to what you're used to, but slightly different kind of way they're looking at it, I guess, and calling it.
Okay, I like it. Of course, there goes Patrick Larson again, being mean to people.
Mm-hmm.
He's an absolute artist. That's an interesting way of doing it, to incentivize people to, not just buy, but, use their tickets. And if you can't make it, come into another game. We still want you to keep your money. We want to keep your money. That's the whole goal.
Yeah, so we have just 2 season tickets, but then I have 3 boys, and the baby right now doesn't cost, but obviously the older boys would. So if I can't make like a Tuesday game, but then we want to go on Friday, then I could just use those tickets and then the whole family could go. Usually, for the most part, it's my middle son and I. He's the biggest baseball fan. But then if he's not around, my wife and I would go with the baby. But I think this will help because I know there's going to be some games, obviously, that I won't be able to make when I'm traveling or working or coaching my son playing baseball. So being able to supposedly exchange those tickets pretty easily for another night, I think is going to turn out pretty good.
I like it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Win-win for the people buying the tickets and for them because they'll get, like you're saying, more of the revenue and concessions and souvenirs.
And again, since that's what they rely on is the revenue for tickets and concessions. They're still going to keep you coming. So
right.
And supposedly they were supposed to, the Wind Surge were supposed to come out some at the end of last year with the Turbo Tubs ice cream helmet. So maybe they'll have them this off season, so the start of the next season. So I'll look out for all the ice cream collectors. We might have a Turbo Tubs helmet coming.
Wow, look at that! And then of course, our friend Johnny Bowling trying to want to win some points here. Purchases Sounds hat that I have nicknamed the Stellars.
He names all of his hats. So if you haven't listened to our podcast, check it out. He'll name all of his hats that he wears.
I like it. What is that? Some average podcast? Something
very average. Ask Patrick. He knows how average we are. If he's still here, he may have been kicked out of the stream.
Yeah, I may have kicked him out just because he's just being too mean to people. Just can't have that.
All those brutal comments he was making.
Absolutely.
Has Patrick and the Peanut Guy met yet? Because I want them to meet in person.
I want to be there too.
Here's the thing. Okay, I just want Patrick or Eric, one of those two, to one time just go on a swearing binge. Just start swearing, and somebody to record this just because I think it'll be the most hilarious thing in the world. Just like, just wanted to see them just lose their,
People will think it's an edited video.
Right. Nope, that's not real. See, look, it's Kip right there. That's not him.
Here we go. Let's do the Patrick Larson and Eric Mertens do that 30 ballpark in 30 days or whatever the guy did on Anna's podcast. Have both of them do that together and have that live stream the entire time.
Put those little cameras on the in a car, just pointing at them the whole time and just wanted to see what happens. Real world style.
Something's got to happen after the end of 30 days.
One of them is not going to make it. I can tell you that.
Right.
I love it. That would be the funniest thing. I think we should do that. We should hire a film company, right, and give them like some hoopty looking car, and then just start up in wherever, like either on the East Coast by where Patrick is at, or up in Seattle, and then just see what happens with the two of the nicest guys and just lose their.
Every time someone's talking to Eric and compliments him, he always says that Karina is laughing at what he says. So maybe we just need to get her to film film Eric in one of his tirades.
But Karina will be the one to just egging them on, just so she can see what happens.
Right.
They both came to Wichita, so I met her, and she's very lovely. Did you see the news that she's a employee of the Dust Devils now?
Yeah, that's
really
awesome.
Cool. So now we have 2 Mertens that work at the Dust Devil Stadium.
I'm just waiting for her to get her own bobblehead now.
There we go.
Right next to his.
That would be really cool.
Look at that. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles baseball edition, minor league baseball edition. With the 2 nicest guy in the world, and then just put nicest, after the whole thing ends.
Right. Yeah.
That'll be great. Oh, you know what? I'm writing this one down because I think it's going to be great. We should write a book about this. What happened?
Hey, we're getting all sorts of ideas today.
Oh, this is great. See, this is what happens when Anna and Paul decide that they want to skip the show.
Right. Exactly.
You have to go and have a birthday and have to go and go on a trip for work. How dare you?
How dare she have a birthday on a Wednesday?
I did my trip so I can come back in time for the show.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
It is, Donnie. Thanks to you, my friend.
Was there a certain hat history series video about Fayetteville today?
I can't remember. I don't know. Some nice guy may have put that one. Nice guy.
Nicest.
Yeah, the nicest guy. And I actually was able to get this hat because of Donnie. He showed it to me. I think it was like he showed it like he was like, whoa, hold on a second. They actually have an actual 47. I've been looking for a dad hat on this logo for like 6 months. I called and they were very nice. They really are a really good organization down in Fayetteville. They really are. They're nice people. They were able to put it on. I could have driven there because it's not that far from me.
I was going to ask, how far is it from you?
It's about an hour.
There you go.
Is it worth it? I'll just wait for the hat in the mail.
If it was baseball season, it'd be worth it to get down.
Oh, if it's baseball season, I would have waited to get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, not so much. No. I'm not gonna go there for that. I might for a tour though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, short of getting to see the ballpark, you're gonna spend more on gas than you are on shipping. So
true. Although, dude, I'm not gonna lie though, man. Shipping is getting kind of out of hand with minor league baseball right now, dude. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong. There's been a lot of times where I'll see a hat I want, and then it's like just right in that borderline price wise because I like the expensive ones. And then I'll be like, all right, I think I'll get it. And then I put it in the cart, and then it adds $15 for shipping or whatever. I'm like, no, that's too much.
Never mind.
Yep. Yeah,
I don't need it. Yeah, exactly. I don't need it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what happens, right? Like you're and dude, I've done that so much though, right? Like I have it in the cart for like a good solid week, just deciding. I was like, do I really want this?
Mm-hmm.
Do I really want this? Do I really need this?
Yeah, that's a better question.
Right.
I think both the answers to both questions are always the same though.
Yeah. Eventually I'll hit the buy button, right? But
Yeah.
Whoa. Philip's starting to fight here.
Yeah, he is starting. You better watch out, homie.
Good thing Paul's not here today.
I know.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Paul might just block you just for saying things like that.
Right. We're blocked, reported, banned.
Yeah, right. On YouTube, you've been reported. Get out of here. I'm gonna show that screen the screenshot to Paul and see what he thinks.
Right.
Shipping is cheaper than the trip to whatever ballpark, but way less fun.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And I still do it because I'm still supporting a minor league. It's a small business. I get it.
Right.
But it's hard. It's hard.
It is.
Oh, that is messed up, Lynn.
Right.
I placed an order Black Friday and then they had free shipping on Cyber Monday. Yikes.
Dang.
Ed, you had mentioned that you're possibly coming to Wichita next year. Any other plans you can think of currently for next season?
No. Oh, no. I have one that is set in stone. Alaska.
You are doing that?
Yep. Midnight
awesome.
Sun. Yep.
Sweet. Mike, do you have anything that you currently have planned for next year yet?
Not anything etched in stone. I was just recording a podcast, and we were talking about how this time of year is prime planning season. Though, so I'm about to dive headfirst into that.
Once you start the whole doing research on it, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, we all know Nashville is on the docket.
That's a permanent part of the plan.
That's the yearly trip.
Exactly. Yeah. The only question is whether I go there a second time. The first time, that's just taken for granted.
Second time, maybe if I have some time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Better fake cheese on nachos or fake ice cream dipping dots in a helmet. Whoa, Johnny. Slow your roll there.
Ed, do you remember when I met up with you in Durham, how my friend Derek was there with me? Yep. He's gone on a handful of these trips with me. He collects these high helmet sundaes, and he gets so ticked off when it's Dippin' Dots in there instead of real ice cream.
Hey, that's the ice cream of the future, okay?
Right? For the last 20 years.
Right. Oh, Lynn, Pacific Northwest and Alaska trip. Nice. Columbus plays at Omaha during the College World Series. Seems like a great twofer. Yeah, that's a good one.
I would love
that's
to
a good one.
World Series.
Easy Dippin' Dots. It's like, yeah, it's still the future. See,
if I find a stadium that has both Dippin' Dots and soft serve or whatever ice cream they have is usually cheaper than the Dippin' Dots I've found.
Mm-hmm.
So see, if it's like real ice cream, that's number one. But if we're just talking like soft serve, I would prefer the Dippin' Dots over the soft serve. Yeah, it's just because I'm not a huge. I love ice cream, but if it's just simply vanilla or chocolate or something that plain and dull, I would rather have a little flavor, even if it's Dippin' Dots.
Soft serve all day long, dude.
The best was Reading Phillies. That and actually the Detroit Tigers for Major League too. But for minor league, Reading Phillies, first of all, they gave me, I'm gonna have to find the picture I took of that. They gave me the most generous portion I've ever gotten with ice cream. And it was real like chocolate chip mint ice cream or something. It was delicious.
And we were just talking about that when we were there. Durham still to this day do not have ice cream helmet.
Yeah. I was shocked. They're like the most popular minor league team.
WTF.
Oh, that was another thing Derek was mad at. I had to hear about that the whole day.
Dude, I've been mad. I've been to that ballpark a couple of times and still nothing. Dude, I do the whole tour. And then after I go, my wife goes and does a circle just to make sure.
Yeah. See, I had to go to the trade market to get me a Durham Bulls mini helmet. And I had to yeah. I kept telling Derek while we were there, I was like, I will find you a Durham Bulls mini helmet on the trade market. And I eventually did. And I gave it to him, and he's like, all right, now I can accurately rate this ballpark as pretty high.
We're going to have to talk to Eric Lichtenberg about this and then see what we can come up with.
Yes.
Fireflies have a scoop ice cream and dipping dots. I wish they would have soft serve. Yeah, but scoop ice cream is not bad. Island Empire 66ers has hand scooped. Look at that.
Ooh, nice.
Lynn, banana split and Savannah.
Yeah, I had that. Yeah, I had that. It was pretty good. It was a little slightly bigger helmet, but the banana split was pretty good.
The New York Mets have orange and blue sprinkles, and instead of a helmet, and they have the apple. Yeah, I saw that. I said we start a petition to bring ice cream Sunday helmets. You know what, Eric? Absolutely.
Add that to the list.
They actually do have them.
Huh?
They do have them.
Yeah, they just have them in certain parts of the ballpark, which you cannot go to.
That's true.
Not for regular folks like us.
We're not important enough.
We are not. We are absolutely not important enough, apparently. So, how dare they, those jerks? What do you have? Like, do you have anything, by the way, excuse me, Eric, do you have anything set in stone for you for Profit Palooza or anything?
Yeah, so Profit Palooza 2023 is going to be the first week of August to the Pacific Northwest. So we're going to go to see the Aqua Sox. We're going to check out the Mariners just because, it's in that area. We're going to make it over to see the Dust Devils. And then depending, the schedules I don't think have come out yet. We want to see the Portland Pickles and the Dub C Fish Sticks, but we'll have to wait till their schedules come out. And the Hillsboro Hops. So yeah, going Pacific Northwest. And then actually I do Profit Palooza, what I call Junior Edition, with my wife and the boys. And so that one is the first week of July, and we're going up to the Northeast. But that one we're splitting about half and half with minor leagues and majors, because I want to check out Yankee Stadium and Fenway, possibly like the Phillies, but then see Hartford Yard Goats and possibly Brooklyn Cyclones and some of those up in that area. So yeah, I have 2 of them planned already.
Nice. And by the way, you were talking about the fish sticks. Guess what comes out Friday, guys? Dad hats.
Dad hats. Yeah. I saw they tagged you on that.
Yeah. Come on, man. I was so excited. I couldn't.
Nice.
Weren't you? Did you design? Was that for them or somebody else?
For them.
Okay.
I'm excited. I got a peek. I got to see it.
Nice.
It's horrible. It's so ugly. So ugly. The last weekend in July, there's a fantastic multi-day beer festival in Portland, Oregon. Lynn, you're gonna be the official, travel agent of Brim Media and all the podcasters around the world, just because you have like these like random things that is just great. Like beer festival in Portland. Yes, why not?
Lynn, can you do some research and see where there's a multi-day whiskey festival this year?
Oh God, I just got a headache just saying whiskey. I can't.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
Oh, rum. I'm a rum guy.
Rum's good. Rum's good.
I'm all about the rum.
As good, but
whoa, sunshine. Slow your roll. Okay. We need you to calm down.
I think my brother and I are also going to try to do a quick weekend trip over Memorial Weekend to Jacksonville to see the Jumbo Shrimp and then the Daytona Tortugas. They're both at home. I saw both stadiums last year, but Daytona got rained out and he wasn't with me. So we're going to try to do possibly that, just a quick trip down to Florida.
Nice. Dave is right. Every day in Kentucky is a whiskey festival.
And every day in Nashville too.
True.
Yeah. He knows. Donnie knows.
Everybody just right away. Boom, 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 boom.
Right. See, it sounds like they know these ones off the top of their heads too.
Right. But Mike should know already. He's a Nashville guy. He says he's from Ohio.
Yeah. Right.
We all know he's going to move there anytime soon. We're just waiting.
Right. It's going to happen. I'm just waiting for the odds to get a little higher so I can place a large bet.
There it is. I think my road trip buddy and I nailed it down in April weekend. Toronto, Erie, Rochester. Ooh, Erie Seawolves. I like it. Toronto Blue Jays, the Red Wings, the Rochester Red Wings. I like it.
Solid trip.
That's a solid trip. I hear the Carolinas again. It's a really nice area for, Don't come in the middle of summer though. Okay. Early on or later on in the season, it's the best time for it because that's good weather.
Yeah, I want to get back because I didn't get to see the Kannapolis Cannonballers play, but as you know, the stadium's open since it's a public park and got to walk around, and that's a gorgeous stadium. I want to see a game there. Ain't it?
I want to go down there so I can go hang out with the organist.
Greasy Keys.
Yeah, man.
And then the Winston-Salem Dash, I saw their stadium, but didn't get to see a game there either. So, yeah, I need to get back out to the Carolinas.
I'm with it. Jackson, Tennessee, the Jackson Rockabilly's opening day. Okay. Oh, but obviously somebody's throwing out the first pitch, from what I understand.
Yeah.
What will happen first, Bowlins to Wichita or Sellers to Nashville?
That should be the real bet.
That's the odds maker right there.
Right.
Gotta see the Cannonballers. All right, Shane. I'm gonna hold you to it. I have bananas set for Birmingham 2 days in June and Kansas City in May. Kansas City, that's nice. Negro Leagues Baseball Museum.
Yep.
Awesome museum.
Check it out.
Definitely gotta go. Absolutely. One of the best museums out there.
And while you're there, 3 hours south is Wichita, so make your way down.
There it is. I hear there's a nice ballpark there. It should be a AAA ballpark, but it's not.
Correct. Plus,
right.
they're doing some development. So here in 2024, it should be a ton of like a ballpark village around the outside of Riverfront here in Wichita. So it'll be nice.
You know who's doing that
Nice.
as well? The Fireflies. Like
Really?
they're developing everything around it now. Oh, dude, yeah.
Nice.
It's a nice place. I got two bananas in Kansas City. I want to cross Eugene Emeralds off my list. Love their cup. That's a nice one. All right. Guys, it's 10 o'clock. First of all, I want to thank you guys for coming on. This was a lot of fun. We're going to start this committee, guys. Just keep an eye on that for that committee coming soon. Determine these rules, okay?
Yes.
But I want to make sure to give you guys a little bit of a time here to make sure you guys, give me what you guys are on your podcast this week and next week.
Michael, go for it.
Today I had no guests today. I just did a review of the new minor league parks I saw today. And then next week I have Michael Harris, who's been to over or near 450 ballparks of his own. Next week you got him on. He's a lot of fun to chat with.
Nice. I like it.
So today we had Mr. Donnie Wise on. We talked about his favorite MLB team and then his time as a partial season ticket holder for the Columbia Fireflies. Really funny episode, so go check that out. And then next week we have another Johnny. We have Johnny Tribbett. So we have two Johnnies on. So it was a really confusing time trying to talk to both of them. He is a season ticket operator for the Biloxi Shuckers. So Johnny Bolin talks and gushes all over Biloxi since that's one of his favorite minor league teams. So, check out Earn Fun Average.
Nice. And for me, this week, Steven Shatola, Jacksonville Sharks / someone's favorite football team, Jaguars. Yeah. By the way, he broke that to me, to end the interview. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? So nice guy. And then next week I have Connor Kaloya. He is he does CEO for the Forward Madison soccer team, as well as Madison Mallards.
All right.
So there you go, guys. Let me get some of these last ones. Shane, Bananas in Syracuse, hopefully Cooperstown. I like that one. Greenville Drive has also buildings all around the park. That's what they're doing now, guys. That's what they're doing. I love it. Give me 1 second here. I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully my co-host will be here. I don't know. Maybe they'll skip and then maybe these guys will be back again. I don't know what happens. All right, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.